Do you want to create an automated webinar? Today I'm going to show you how to create one using ClickFunnels. I'm going to share with you how to plug the webinar in, how to get the automated emails that go out based on when someone actually registers for the automated webinar, as well as how to link up the remaining emails to encourage them to book a call or purchase from your sales page. You ready to get started? Okay, let's go. All right, today I'm going to share with you exactly how to create a webinar using ClickFunnels. I'm going to first show you the one that I've got going. So I've already opened this in a new tab, and this is the anti-webinar. And now I run the entire webinar using ClickFunnels, the entire automated webinar. And the first thing that I have is the registration page. So you'll notice that the registration page runs for the top of every 10 minutes. It's exactly 1:38 right now. So there's a minute and 47 seconds before the next quote unquote showing. And you can also have them send to Messenger when they put their first name and email address in, so whatever you'd like to do. So I really like the registration page because it gives you a lot of flexibility, and I'll show you how we design those in just a second. Then the next thing that they do once they register, they'll come to this Your Booked page, which shows you exactly where and when the training begins. If I had registered, obviously this would be showing a countdown, but since I haven't registered and I just opened it, it doesn't show a countdown. On this page, because I know that they could potentially be waiting for up to 10 minutes, I have a little short video that's just a welcome video. I've got the details on what to do next. And then I also have some little short testimonial videos just in case they're here for, that full 10 minutes and they, I don't want them to click off. I want them to stay engaged on this page as they wait for the training and really basically build the excitement for it. The benefits of having an automated webinar that runs at the top of every 10 minutes is that, only the most impatient people are going to leave this page. But for the most part, people will be willing to wait about 10 minutes, especially if you give them something to do. Okay, so there's a couple things that we need in order to make this work. Let me show you the broadcast room also. Once they get finished from the waiting room, they'll go to the broadcast room. The broadcast room is set for the video to automatically play. And I'm going to close that because it won't allow me to pause it because it's set for webinar streaming mode. And then if they happen to miss the broadcast or they don't actually get to the broadcast room, they'll go to the replay page, and then for the replay video they actually can pause it. So I do have pause, play, and jump controls on that page, and I recommend that you do as well. Okay, and then finally they'll end up going to the course overview and then the order form and all of that. Now the one thing that I want to make sure that I show you also is how I set up the email. So there's a couple things you're going to need, and essentially what I do is I set up the initial emails here, but then I also add them to a action funnel inside of ClickFunnels. Now this is going to differ based on what email service you have. If you don't have Actionetics and you're just using the base ClickFunnels package, you'll still be able to send these emails directly from the funnel, so that when someone registers, or if they miss the webinar, or if they missed the offer, saw the offer but didn't purchase or purchase, you'll still be able to trigger those emails, but you won't have these Actionetics options that allow you to add them to additional email funnels. So that's what that is, okay? Okay, so the first thing that you need before you get started is you need the actual webinar template. So I have a share funnel here that I'm going to share with you, and we'll start editing that. Okay, and it's this anti-webinar top of the hour funnel. And what you can do is I'm going to have the link in the description box, and you'll be able to literally just clone this and put it inside of your own ClickFunnels account. If you notice, it looks exactly the same as what I have. I simply swapped out the colors because I want to make sure that you actually edit the individual points. So everything that's in here is editable. Okay. All right. So first we're going to edit this actual page. Now I'm not going to personally save these edits because when you get this template, I want to make sure that you're able to see it exactly the way that I'm looking at it. So you'll first type the title of your webinar. So let's say your webinar is called How to Get More Love in 30 days. How about that? Okay. Now, one thing you do want to be careful of, especially if you start running traffic to this and you're using maybe Facebook ads or Google ads, is you've got to be careful about what you actually say, what promises you make in the titles and subtitles. You'll notice that mine doesn't guarantee that anyone will make that. It's simply the system created this. Okay. And so any sort of income claims, time frame claims, or anything like that, you just got to be careful. So keep that in mind when you're naming your webinar. Then you can put the subtitle here. You can change the color for this button. I found that this ugly yellow actually converted pretty well for me. So, feel free to update these to your brand colors. In order to edit anything inside of ClickFunnels, you simply hover over the section. You can change the background color to whatever you want it to be. Anything that you want to edit, you just click it to edit it. So if it's text, you can say this is the subtitle here. Here is how you do it. Okay. And then this does not need to be changed. This is going to work as a function of what you set in this webinar settings. So let's say you want the webinar to run every 30 minutes. Well, you can change that there. Every 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I've done every 10 minutes and that works fine. You can also do a pick a date time or run it at the top of every hour. Okay. In this box, you will put a photo of yourself. So you can just click that, click here to get a drag and drop spot, and then you can enter whatever photo you'd like and it will go right there. Okay. One thing you always want to make sure that you do when you start editing a ClickFunnels page, especially if you got it from a share funnel, is click this SEO metadata section, and then you want to change your title, the description, the keywords, the author, and then hopefully you have an image for social as well. And then finally, you also want to click on this general tab and hide the affiliate badge if that's what you want to do, and make sure it's showing in search engines. Okay, so the editing process is really simple. Let's look at the pop-up also. The pop-up is very simple. I've set it that way just in case you accidentally forget to edit the pop-up. But if you want to add the button that allows them to click and say yes for Facebook, you just click down here and you'll notice that it says Facebook opt-in, and that's not the one. Let's see where it is. Should be the Facebook Messenger checkbox. If it's not in here, I actually set it up using ManyChat specifically, so you might instead do that, and ManyChat just has a little piece of code that you can add right there. So I'm going to delete that, and actually I'm not going to save anything so that it will still show the same way. Now for your webinar countdown page, you also want to edit this, and once again I start the exact same way each time. I start by clicking the SEO metadata, and obviously this needs to be changed, so that I do need to save that so I can remove anything that has my name or my brand on there. So I will go ahead and save that. And once again, if you would like to have it kind of similar to how I had it, where I've had 3 videos at the bottom, you would simply add a section, a full width section, and then you're going to add a 3-sectioned row, 3-columned row, and then you can add each individual video in there. So this is a video, so I'm going to just copy that and drag that there. Now this is very drag and drop friendly, so literally anything that you want to put somewhere, you just drag it and drop it. Now let's say that you don't want this background to be the same color as that one and you want it to be a special color background. Well, you just click the little gear box and then change the color of the background. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and save that since it looks similar to the one that I did show you. And the final thing that I like to do with every page is, once again, make sure that it looks good via mobile. Most people are going to be coming to your page not from a desktop, but from a mobile device, whether it's a tablet or a phone. So you want to make sure that it looks good via mobile also. Okay, now we're getting to the actual webinar. Before I edit this page, before I open this page to edit it, I'm going to upload my webinar and my video that I've already hosted live or already pre-recorded. I'm going to upload that to a video hosting service. I use Vimeo. So I'm going to show you the video that, let's pretend that this is my webinar video. And it's always paused on a weird spot. But let's say that this was my webinar. Let's see if I can find me smiling somewhere. There we go. Okay, so this is the video that I'm going to click in here and upload. I'll either use Google Drive, which is what I normally use, or Dropbox, whatever cloud storage you have. It uploads much faster when you can upload it from a cloud storage folder. And if you don't have that, then you can just drag and drop it in there. But it will take some time to encode. So I usually, maybe I'll start with that, or I'll already have it uploaded. Another option is to just upload it via YouTube. I have done that before, and you can do that as well. Okay. So once again, you'll just come in here to edit this page, and let me remove that. You will start with the SEO metadata. Once again, to update, change the name. I usually just put the webinar title in there. Okay. And then you will click this video element and then add your video URL. There are a couple of options. You can do a custom embed, YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, Easy Video Suite, HTML5 video, and you can put that in there just like that. Now, some things to remember for the webinar. You do want it to autoplay, and most browsers are not going to allow the sound to come in. So you want to make sure you fill in this text that says click to join session in progress, or they're going to see a little button that says click to enable audio, and that's fine. Okay, so we say autoplay on, block pause yes, and that just blocks them from pausing, and it autoplays it. And you can overlay the text. Now, depending on the level that you have of Vimeo, you actually have some controls inside of Vimeo that will help you to prevent someone from pausing or clicking the button. You really want the watch webinar page to feel like a live experience. If you can capture their attention for that entire time that you're hosting the webinar, it's going to be the most effective. It gives you an opportunity to really bring them through that journey of belief to where they can finally click the button to say, yes, I'm ready and let's go. Okay. Now, something that I have done in the past, so this is optional, which is delay the time that this button comes in. And you can do that under animation. So if you click advanced and then animation, you can delay the button and you can fade it in for 20 minutes or however long your video is before you start the pitch. I don't currently do that simply because on my page, not only do I have a video hosting service that allows me to put a button, but I find that it's not distracting to people. They just click and when they're ready. And however, I do set the button to where it will open in a new tab just in case they accidentally click it. Okay. And the final thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to set up the replay room. So the replay room is very simple. It's basically just the video where they can pause, play, skip, rewind, and then it's a button for them to enroll now. Some people on the replay page, they'll put timestamps of what happens inside of the video to kind of keep people's attention. And what I do is underneath my replay, I'll have the timer showing, where is my replay page? I'll have the timer showing when their special offer expires. So on my replay page, and inside of the webinar, I provide a special webinar pricing, and it's for a limited time. So if they want to get that webinar pricing, they've got to get it before it expires. Now that timer is not going to show right now simply because it's not an actual registered person. It's showing on the edit URL. So that's why it's not showing, but that's essentially how I have it. And then I've got the button where they can click to enroll. So that is pretty much the end of the automated webinar option. From there, you can add a sales page, or you can just have the button go to wherever you're already selling your option, okay? Where you're already selling your course. Now, the final thing that I want to do is I want to show you the automated emails, because there's two things you need to do in order to make these work. Now, I don't have the automated emails set up in here because you'll have to add these yourself, but I'll show you the emails that I have set up so that you can get an example. Email 1 immediately says, gives them the confirmation. So it simply says, you're confirmed, thank you for registering, here's where you can go to log in. Now you want to make sure to send these directly from ClickFunnels, because your email service provider is not going to know what time they signed up for the webinar, and it's just much easier to send it directly through here. Okay, so I've also have a starting now, which starts about 15 minutes before the time. So this actually doesn't get triggered. It wouldn't get triggered unless I use the top of the hour, which is what I used to use. But I just haven't deleted this email out. Okay. Then after they've watched the webinar, I send another email at the 10-hour mark, 29-hour mark, and the 45-hour mark, because I have a 48-hour deadline on accepting the offer that was made directly from the webinar. After the webinar, they can still join the program, but they won't get the exact same offer. The offer benefits and it incentivizes those who are action takers. Okay. The next thing that I have is did you miss the webinar? And this is going to trigger based on how long you say the webinar is before you get, or how long you say the webinar is. Actually, I'm sorry. This is just going to trigger if they don't come to the webinar page. This one is going to trigger based on how long you say the webinar is. So if they showed up, but then they didn't see the offer, meaning they didn't see that you actually started the pitch, it'll ask them, did you leave the webinar early? So before I go into that, let me show you really quickly how to set that part up. You'll need to go into the broadcast room, and then when you go into the webinar settings, it'll say, when does the offer show? And this is in seconds. So for example, 20 seconds means that there's 60 seconds in a minute. So we're going to divide by 60. So that's at the 42-minute mark. So that's showing that at 42 minutes, if they leave before the 42-minute mark, then they've missed the offer. And actually, I think I need to update this because I believe I show the offer at the 30-minute mark now. So this is a good time for me to update this. So I'll just take 30 minutes and I'll multiply by 60 seconds, and that gives me 1800. So I will update this to 1800. Okay. And let me exit that. So that's how that email will get triggered. Okay. In order to create the email, you just click add new email, your name, the subject, your email delay. So how many days or hours needs to wait. And you want to delay it from the webinar time if it's specific to the webinar, or you can just say, let's say they opt in and you want to send it right away, you can do that. Okay. And then you'll just choose a template and you'll go to editing. Now this is what you need. You need an SMTP configuration. And here's what I recommend that you do. you can go to mailgun.com and get a relatively free SMTP account. Because their pricing is set up to where it's pay as you go, meaning that there's no commitment until you reach a certain number of emails sent. Once you send, so if you have 30,000 people register for your webinar and you send one email to those 30,000 people, it'll cost you $10 for that month. If you have 20,000 people register, so point being, you likely won't have to worry about this when you have fewer than 10,000 people register for your webinar in a month. Okay. Once you get this set up, and there are documents that kind of help you get started and showing you exactly how to get started, then you can come back to ClickFunnels and go into your SMTP settings, and you can add your email integration. Now they have a really easy step-by-step guide on how to set this up. So once again, I recommend Mailgun, and also this is relatively easy to hire out. If you want to hire someone to set up Mailgun for you, they can set that up for you quickly. They just need access to your domain URL, so whoever you purchase your URL from, wherever your hosting is, so that they can change a couple of things and put some little snippets of code, and then they can set this up for you. Okay, so that's exactly how you would create a automated webinar using ClickFunnels. All right, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Marketing Tools and Tech. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like more help with your webinar, then you definitely want to join my free training. During the training, I share with you how I write a webinar very quickly, how I use webinars to book coaching clients, and how I get webinar registrations for relatively cheap so that my return on investment is that much higher. All you have to do is click the link in the description box in order to join, or visit youvegotclients.com/anti-webinar in order to join us. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.